Hey guys, it's Christopher Tom here. Now, it's no secret that YouTube hasn't really gotten a lot of positive attention from the media. From the Paul brothers shenanigans to this man trying to start the next adpocalypse, the general climate of YouTube has been shifting more towards negativity in the past few years. And at this point, it seems like almost every popular YouTuber at the moment has had some sort of a run-in with drama. Some of them not as bad as others, but the point remains. YouTube has a certain image they want to maintain, and it's clear they no longer welcome edgy content. I guess having a guy who picks on disabled people as one of the most popular creators on the site wasn't really a great thing. Unfortunately, as they always do with these types of things, YouTube has been going way too far in trying to correct this, and a lot of creators have suffered because of it, whether it's because of demonetization or straight up termination. And in this trying time, it seems like drama is one of the easiest ways to get views. I mean, damn, just take a look at my most popular videos. But what if I told you one of the biggest creators on the site is someone who stays out of drama? And what if I told you he was blowing up with wholesome and positive videos? With about 18 million subscribers, Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, is one of the most popular YouTubers on the site, with each video he uploads garnering over 10 million views. You may know him from videos such as counting to 100,000 in one video, saying Logan Paul 100,000 times, or various acts of philanthropy in which he donates large sums of money to people. And although the battle between PewDiePie and T-Series is over now, MrBeast was an important part of the fight, going as far as buying billboards around his town to show his support. He even advertised for him at the Super Bowl. It's stunts like these that MrBeast is known for, and his willingness to go above and beyond in everything he does has cemented him as one of YouTube's biggest hitters. But surely, there's gotta be more to MrBeast's success than just these stunts. How did MrBeast become so successful? And how can we apply what worked for him to our own lives? Let's take a look into MrBeast's rise to fame and find out what makes him so popular. MrBeast created his channel in February 2012 under the name MrBeast 6000, though he would eventually settle on just MrBeast. He was 13 years old at the time and uploaded videos such as Boxy Item Mod Minecraft, Epic, and Most Epic Minecraft Skin Ever, Sigh. And I gotta say, he really delivers on his titles. Hey man, we all have to start somewhere. His videos consisted of him playing Call of Duty and Minecraft, but he also discussed other topics as well, such as how much money YouTubers earn, or random stuff you don't care about. His words, not mine. In the summer of 2016, he started to gain traction with a series called Worst Intros Ever, which is exactly what it sounds like. He would take a bunch of poorly done intros, mostly made by kids, and poke fun at them. Now, this was during the era when making fun of cringy kids was the trendy thing to do, so naturally, this content was very successful. But at some point, he made the videos private. I couldn't find an official reason, but I can only guess that it's because he doesn't really stand by this kind of content anymore. Although MrBeast was a lot more tame and lighthearted than someone like Leafy is here, the comedy of the videos still heavily relied on kids acting cringy and might not fit with the type of content he currently makes. 2017 was the year that MrBeast began to dabble into more challenges. At the beginning of 2017, he uploaded a video of himself counting to 100,000, which blew up and sparked massive growth for his channel. After the success of this video, MrBeast began making similar videos that involved testing his endurance, like spinning a fidget spinner for 24 hours, or watching It's Every Day Bro for 10 hours straight. Pretty impressive stuff if you ask me. 10-hour versions of videos have been a staple of YouTube for a long time, but to actually show yourself sitting through one entirely is on a whole new level. This is a man willing to put himself through hell and back just to make it on YouTube.com. These challenge videos were big hits, and signified yet another change to the type of content MrBeast was putting out. These videos are successful because people love seeing how much MrBeast is willing to devote himself to whatever bizarre challenge he can think of. And so with the money he was making from these videos, he eventually got to a point when he could give back to the community in huge ways. For instance, giving tens of thousands of dollars to many different people, from Twitch streamers to waitresses to the homeless. And he's able to do this because of all the sponsorships he gets.
Can you download an app called Quid real quick?
Quid basically owns us at this point. Make sure you download them.
But in addition to the success of these videos, there are also more general principles that guided MrBeast's rise to fame. To fully understand his success on the platform, you need to consider just how long he's been on YouTube and how many times he's changed his style of content. YouTube is a constantly evolving platform, and what worked 3 years ago might not work today. And so, if you want to become popular, then you need to learn how to adapt to your environment. YouTubers like Shane Dawson have mastered this. The content Shane was making years ago is wildly different than the content he makes today. Many people continue to churn out the same stale and repetitive content that they always make, and as a result, their viewership drops and they become irrelevant. People want change. MrBeast was self-aware enough to know when a certain type of content wasn't working. He knew when to change things up and how to capitalize on something that worked, and in this case, that something is challenges. It took hundreds of videos before he got to where he is today, and he put in a lot of work that isn't immediately obvious if you don't dig deeper. But the truth is, MrBeast's resilience allowed him to cultivate longevity on the platform, and simply continuing to upload gave him an advantage, even if the videos weren't of the highest production quality.
Thank you all for subscribing. I don't really know why you're subscribed to me, because my videos kind of suck, and this camera is shaking like crazy. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to hold my head still. Hold still.
But resilience and adapting to the current environment aren't the only parts of being a successful YouTuber. None of them matters if people don't enjoy the videos themselves. Certainly there's gotta be something about the content he puts out that so many people find intriguing. His philanthropic videos have particularly struck a chord with many people. Feel-good philanthropic content is not a new genre on YouTube. In fact, many years ago, a channel called Give Back Films made videos that aren't too unlike what we see from MrBeast today, such as giving $100 to homeless people, or tipping a waitress $200. But something that gives MrBeast a huge advantage in particular is his excellent branding. MrBeast is conscious and intentional with his branding, and although he has several people helping him out, his brand is himself. People have a clear mental image they can tie the name MrBeast to, and because his brand is him as a person, this grants him the versatility to do more than just one type of content. When you make yourself the center of your channel, that gives you the freedom to do whatever you want. But although MrBeast's brand is about him, he's not afraid to let others share the limelight.
In addition to consistently promoting some of his favorite YouTubers, MrBeast's friends have also become some of the main characters in many of his videos. And what is almost so obvious that it doesn't even need to be said if you've seen his content is that MrBeast gives away a lot of money, literally over $1 million in total, and he was not born rich.
It can seem paradoxical at first, but it's his willingness to put others before him that puts him on top. A lot of his content is focused on giving to others and making them feel good. In addition to increasing your chances of YouTube success, this is also a good life skill in general, and it's the key to making people like you. He makes his videos about others, whether it's promoting PewDiePie in his battle against T-Series or saving a man from homelessness. Another thing I personally like about MrBeast is his generally relaxed and understated personality. People who have a negative opinion of his content will say he's boring and nothing special, but part of why his personality works so well for these videos is that he doesn't overshadow other people. I never get the impression that MrBeast is overbearing or overpowering. He's down to earth and humble, and this is an important part of his appeal. But even though MrBeast is doing something objectively good by helping out all these people, it also raises an interesting question. What's the value of doing a good deed if you broadcast it to the entire world? Prank channels are infamous for making these kinds of videos, and if there's anything we know about prank channels, it's that they're not very trustworthy. When we see someone like FouseyTube make a homeless social experiment video and try to pass it off as deep social commentary, it's easy to recognize these videos for what they are: slimy and manipulative. However, I would say that MrBeast's videos are quite different. MrBeast is someone who has built years of goodwill among his audience and community. As a result, when he does decide to do something good, people view it through a more positive lens, rather than one of cynicism. At the very least, you have to admit that MrBeast is more honest than many other people on this platform. He's very upfront about his brand deals and sponsorships, and even if he clickbaits sometimes, who doesn't? And he usually delivers anyway. And although you could certainly make a moral argument that it would mean more if he did these things in private, you also have to remember that broadcasting it helps give him the resources that he needs to continue doing this. Also, content like this blowing up has the potential to inspire more kindness in the world. He's a guy who worked hard to get where he's at, and now he's just having fun with it and helping others along the way, and there's something genuinely wholesome about that. MrBeast's rise to fame is inspiring, and regardless of what you may think of his personality or his content, his decision to use his influence to give back to the community is deserving of respect in and of itself. In an age where YouTubers don't have the best reputations, MrBeast is honest and genuine, and knows how to put on a show. He put in the work and built a brand for himself that allowed him to do whatever he wants. And in a platform full of drama, MrBeast has found a way to stay out of it while also killing it in views. And that, my friends, is the story of MrBeast. Thank you for watching. And if you want to support my content, I have a Patreon with all sorts of extra stuff if you're interested. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.